Hey everyone, welcome to the Wreath Workshop. I am Ashley Greenwood from Three Little Greenwoods Creations. Today we are going to be making a fall flower arrangement. I love making fall arrangements. They are so pretty. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about spray foam, like my little things I got going on right here. So come on in. Let me know where you're watching from. I am live on both Facebook and TikTok at the same time, trying to reach as many people as possible. If you want to learn more about faux floral design, wreaths, bows, all the things, make sure you hit that follow button. So let's talk about what we are doing. We are going to be making an arrangement with lots of goodness. I want to show you those things in just a minute. I have on my table a little pot garden filled with little pots with floral foam in them. So I love to use spray floral foam instead of the traditional floral foam when I am making arrangements. It's just so easy to me. You do have to wait for it to dry, but once it's dry, it's good to go. Let me show you how you check to see if it is actually dry. So these have been baking for about 24 hours. They should be done, but here's how you know. You take a stem or a screwdriver or something sharp and long, and you poke it down in there. Do you hear the snap, crackle, and pop? That is not done. I'm so glad I'm not using this today. So when you poke it and you hear air release, like you may have heard, and it starts snap, crackle, and popping, it's not ready. So we're gonna let this sit for 24 more hours. All of these little pots are gonna get to sit and hang out and bake and get nice and hard and cured. Hello, Ayana. Welcome to the Wreath Workshop. Okay, let's move these out of the way. I got a whole bunch of them that I've been sitting on. Let me see. Let me check on my Facebook friends. Hello, everyone on Facebook, guys. Make sure you type in where you're watching from. And if you are watching right now on Facebook, you might be watching the replay. So hashtag replay, let me know what you're doing. So let's get started. We're going to use this container. It's been sitting for a while. I know this is cured. I know it's good to go. It's not quite as full as I normally like it. So I can make two choices. I can just leave it as it is and fill it up with moss, which is probably what I'm going to do. Or I can grab some leftover pieces of this foam. See, this is what it looks like on the inside. It's just like floral foam. It's really awesome. I could take this and try to cut out the top of it so that it fits in there better. I think I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna fill it up with some moss. Nobody will know. It'll be all right. Hello, Susie from Arizona. Welcome to the Wreath Workshop. Okay, so let me grab my big old bucket of moss. So I buy a huge brick of moss from my floral supply company. Thanks so much for telling me about Floral Supply Syndicate. Actually, I've worked with them once. They have really great ribbon. I'm gonna take my moss. Probably gonna need a little bit more than that, maybe. And let's just fill up the top of this, just really loosely. Just gonna try to bring it up to the top, but I don't really think it's gonna matter. Just covering up some of that floral foam. Now I wish that I had gone in and filled this up just a little bit more, but I didn't. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just having fun. We're making beautiful things. Don't stress if it's not exactly the way you want it, because nobody's gonna ever know. What floral foam did I use? I actually used, hold on, I have a can. Let me get it. Everyone's always curious. Let me get it and I'll show you what it looks like. Gaps and Cracks. You can get this from, I purchased mine at Home Depot because I like Home Depot and it's close to me. And yeah, I love this stuff. I have a whole ebook all about it. If you would like for me to send you a link to that, let me know in the comments on Facebook or send me a message on TikTok and I'll let you know where you can find the ebook. All right, so our container is done. Easy peasy. Do I have this bucket in my storefront? I do not. I purchased it a couple of years ago. Just hanging out in the workshop. All right, here is my inspiration. I want to put a bow with this ribbon because I love this ribbon. So I am going to get all of the colors for my arrangement from here. Just look. Dark blues, light blues, greens, oranges, yellows. It is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Hey, Sandra, send me a direct message on TikTok, okay? Because once this TikTok is done, once the video on here, we're finished, it just goes poof, and all the comments go away. So just send me a direct message. Here is our floral inspiration. Oh my goodness, look at this. So here's what I do, y'all. I run through my workshop, my stash, and I gather things that I think will go together. I may use all of this, I may only use half, but I want it to be on my work table so as I'm working, I can get things together. So here's what we've got. We have blue peonies, some really pretty blue-green greenery, fall eucalyptus leaves, some really pretty orangey yellow daisies. We got some berries up top. I think that's it. Oh, and these, do you see the little marigolds? That's what they remind me of. My grandfather planted marigolds when I was a little girl, and I love these things. So let's get busy. I'm gonna set these aside. Oh, and I have two little pumpkins. Two little pumpkins, because those are so cute. Okay, moving this over. I'm going to go ahead and add some hot glue to my hot glue skillet. Hello, Cheryl, welcome. This is the only hot glue that I use in my hot glue skillet. This is Gorilla Glue Sticks. These things work really, really well. You don't have to worry about your things melting in the hot sun. Now, there's a caveat to that. If someone were to place a wreath, anybody's wreath, in between their metal front door and their glass screen door, and it got direct sun, whether you're in Texas, South Carolina, New Hampshire, it's probably going to melt the glue because it gets so hot. But that's the best glue that I've known, and that's what I use all the time. All right, let me move. I know I'm going to need my Still Pick machine, guys. Let me just go ahead and get it. So this is my Still Picks machine. I love her. She was very expensive. And if you're first starting out, you don't need it. You can just use floral picks. But I saved it for a really long time and bought one for myself, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, let's make sure that everyone can see what I am doing. Move this down. Hey, Cheryl, welcome. So here is my arrangement. Already got my moss down on here. Inside here is dried floral foam. You can use regular floral foam. That's totally fine. It's just, I just like the dried stuff. It takes pre-planning, but it's worth it to me. It's just worth it. All right, let's pull out our greenery. Too much on the table, y'all. So greenery is this really pretty yellowy tea leaf, I believe. I really like this stuff. It's very pretty. I also have some eucalyptus. And that came from Hobby Lobby. This stuff, because that's pretty. And then this is from my D-stash. So last spring, I was able to purchase from a lady who decided she didn't want to make wreaths anymore, and she was getting rid of all her stuff, like really cheap. And this came from that lady. I have no idea where she got it from or how much it is, but it's really pretty, and I am going to be using it. So those are all of my greeneries. And here's my florals. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to use the blue peonies or the kind of dusty blue. What do you guys think? Blue peonies or the dusty blue anemones? Maybe those are what those are. I'm not sure. Smooth that over here. Okay, so let's get started. Peonies. Yeah, I see peonies. You guys like those? Let's use those. I'm going to get 3 of these big peonies. I couldn't find my wire cutters. Oh my goodness. So what is everybody doing this afternoon? I always love it when you guys chit chat with me. This is happy birthday week for our daughter. So we have been birthday partying for a while, for a couple of days. And today we're all going out to eat as a family at one of her favorite restaurants. So that's what's going on here. Here are my peonies. You can see this one's a little smushy. All you have to do to fix that is just grab the inside and give it a twist. Easy peasy, all you gotta do. So I'm gonna take these 3 peonies and I'm going to put them in my arrangement. Hey Becky, I'm so glad you're joining me. I'm gonna put them in my arrangement in like a stair step pattern, like high, medium, low, okay? I'm gonna get a little bit of hot glue from my hot glue skillet. It's right off camera. It is just a small electric skillet filled with those glue sticks. Hello.
Why you have 2 phones?
Because I do, y'all.
So one of them Facebook, one of them TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to pick your sister up?
Yeah, what time is it?
You need to leave at about 3.
Okay. It's like 2 something, I think.
Okay, one is high. One is medium. I'm gonna put one super low. Because listen, you never know who's gonna pop in. Ever. Ever know. That's the college boy. He is getting ready to go back to start classes again. So he and his sweet little dog are gonna be leaving. It's kind of sad. Okay, so here's what we got going on. Just like that. 3 in the middle. Next, let's add a piece of this. Oh, y'all, thank you for the hearts. You're so sweet. So yeah, birthday girl celebrating, college boy getting ready to go back. All kinds of stuff going on around here, as usual. Gonna cut this stem. Now, I do like using my pick machine, and I may end up using it more than I think, but I'm gonna try not to use it that much, so I'm cutting this stem off. Almost an empty nest, yes. But you know what? I told my husband, I'm like, we're gonna be just fine. We're gonna be just fine. We still enjoy doing a lot of things together. And we also enjoy doing things not together, and that's cool too. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna take this piece and I'm gonna put it down in the middle of those florals. Let's give this a little bend. See how big I'm making it? To put it in my hot glue. Now this has a really good stem on it, and I don't need to still pick it, so I'm just gonna right down in the middle. Probably should have done this part first. There we go. A little bit of color. Let's do one coming off this way. Now, it's got a stem, so I think I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna place this one towards the center as well. pushing that down without getting burned. If I decide that this is too much sticking out, I can always trim it back. It's okay. It is okay. Let's go ahead and put this coming off this way. What I'm trying to do is just kind of space this eucalyptus around. A small pair of pliers is a really good idea. I'm just going to grab it and push it all the way down in there. Easy peasy. Let's put this one over here. Just like that. Oh, I gotta leave room for my bow. Don't want you to forget. I want to leave room for the bow. Maybe I should make the bow. So here's what we have so far. We have our 3 peonies making a triangle. And then I have my eucalyptus coming up and around. Hey, Katniss. Welcome to the Wreath Workshop. Okay, next. So I'm gonna plan on leaving my bow right here, okay? Right there I'm gonna leave that room for my bow. Let's add in some more greenery. Now I've got this big bush, but I think I'm just gonna, ooh, but this is a pusher. Let me tell you guys about this. So this is a bush. It came from Pioneer Wholesale, which you have to have your business license to purchase from, but they have beautiful things, great quality. They don't have a minimum. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I've ordered from them. But so this is a really nice stem, and it's a pusher. So I can take this greenery and push it all the way to the top to make it nice and bunchy, which might actually look good in there. It is so pretty, isn't it, Katniss? I love it. Pioneer is a great place to shop, but it is a wholesale company. So you have to have your business license. But listen, if you're selling, you need to have your business license. So we've got these, which are going to be so cute. I think I am going to add some of this. I kind of like how it bunches up, and it would be a great filler around the bottom. So I'm pushing it all the way up to the top, just like that. Push, push, push. Don't push too hard, or you'll fly it off. One more piece. Now, I never leave things alone. Take some time. Y'all, the bug man's here.
Mama,
yes.
what they confessed here for?
To do an inspection, tell them to go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so I gave it a little bend. I think I need to cut it a little bit more. Y'all listen, I promise my lives are going to be less chaotic when everybody is back in school. I promise. So I'm just going to place these around the bottom. Remember, this is where my bow is going to go, so I'm going to avoid that area for right now. Hey, TikTok, thanks for helping me reach my live goal. I appreciate that. Does anyone else have children that are still at home that make it hard to get things accomplished? Or do you watch your grandchildren And do they make it hard to get things accomplished? Katniss says yes. Mm-hmm. You thought it was your dog? Yeah. Swear. The golden retriever is quite vocal, y'all. She's a protector. I don't really know what she do, but she barks real loud. Okay, I'm going to put this last one right over here. I should be using my Lazy Susan. My friend Brian from Brian Lane Designs, he talked me into getting a Lazy Susan, and I always forget to use it, always. Hey Marie, it's fine when I have you are so sweet. She says it's fine when I have interruptions. Stresses me out. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's what we have. Fill it in the bottom. Just like that. Okay, now I have been trying to use these orangey yellow daisies for a couple of years now. They are not my favorite, but I need to use them. So let's go for it. They're not quite my favorite, but I really need to use them. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else have those things that you bought and you're like, oh, I'm gonna love it, and then you brought it home and you're like, I don't know. So this is a bush from Joann's. Yep, it says Bloom Room. From Joann's. I'm gonna cut some of these off. Now these stems, let's talk about these stems, okay? They are like good for nothing. So I am definitely gonna have to steel pick these things. They are just not super good. They're very flowy. Hey Sandy, so glad you're joining us. They're real flowy, but they're not gonna stick in this foam. So if you don't have a steel picks machine, just use a floral pick, okay? Hey Danae, I'm so glad you're joining me today. So I'm gonna take 2 of them together and steel pick them so I can put them in 2 at a time, okay? It's usually an online order, Tammy. It's always an online order. Or it's for some place that's not available for me to return really easy. So let me just show you guys my steel pick. Here she is. Super heavy, quite expensive. Save you money and get one for yourself. Someone is asking, do I know where she could find artificial bluebonnets? No, I don't. Anybody else? I would check Craft Outlet. Okay, here we go. There's my little pick. I want one coming straight up to the middle and one going to the side. Hey Susie. Susie says she loves the blue and orange combination. It's so pretty, isn't it? It's very vibrant. I'm going to try to make this a light and airy arrangement and not so compact, so cross your fingers. There we go. Did you bark at the man? She's come back up here like, I did my job, Mama. I barked at the man. These have a pretty good wire on them though. You see how I'm able to bend them? They don't have a stiff wire, but they have a good wire. I'll put it that way. I'm gonna spin it around. So I'm over on this side now. Get a little bit of glue. Part the greenery. Stick this down in there. Spin it around this way. this a little bit shorter. We want your florals to be on all different levels. That's where the bow's going. I'm making a bow next before I forget. I'll put this close to the center. Just like that. Okay, so very pretty, kind of light and airy. Thank you, Sandy, for saying it's really pretty. Let's go ahead and make the bow before I get all wrapped up in what I'm doing and forget that I'm leaving a space for it. I'm gonna grab my Easy Bow Maker from up under my table. I use this tool to make all of the bows in my Etsy shop. My grandmother gave it to me. You can find it in my Amazon storefront. If you don't know where that is, send me a message or leave me a comment on Facebook. This is the gorgeous ribbon that is the inspiration. So pretty, oh my gosh. I would love to have a top in this pattern. Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay, so let's see how long we want our tails to be. Not right there. So that's about 6, 7 inches. Okay. Yeah, I would love to have a floral top in this pattern. Okay, 7-inch tail, smishing it down in between my dowels. Let's see what we're going on. Becky says, when you come home, your dogs bark, letting your husband know you're home, so no sneaking in with your Hobby Lobby and Goodwill finds. I hear you. I'm gonna make this loop 4 inches because I think 5 would be just way too big. Let's do another 4 inches over here. I'm just gonna do 3 loops. So 3 4-inch loops and 2 tails. What the heck? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm losing it. I forgot my other son's haircut appointment. My hair lady is going to fire me, and I hope she doesn't. Okay, so here's what we've got. Valerie, you bought an Easy Bow Maker on impulse and you haven't used it yet. Girl, get that thing out. It's super simple. I have a free bow tutorial in my link. So here's what we've got. Sorry, Facebook. There we go. I'm just going to use a zip tie. Slide it up under. Pull it out carefully. So here's what I've got. I'm going to pull the buckle to the back and then tighten the heck out of it. You're always losing your scissors underneath your florals. Yeah. I cleaned up but didn't put things back where they were supposed to go, which is why I can't find anything. So here's our pretty little bow. Just a little pop of color. She's going to go right there. Now the way that I'm going to attach my bow or put my bow in is I'll take my zip tie. I'm going to cut it about 1 inch long, and then I'm going to put a steel pick on it. Where did the ribbon come from for the bow? Probably Greenery Market. Brian may have some at Brian Lane Designs. Craft Outlet always has lots of good stuff. I would do a search for blue and orange floral wired ribbon, okay? So I've got my steel pick on there, and I'm just gonna pop it right in. And listen, these things are incredibly sharp, so be very careful. In fact, I'm going to do it with my pliers so I don't hurt myself or burn myself. Just a pop of color. Let's cut this a little bit shorter. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. Love it. Susie says she thinks she's seen this on Craft Outlet. That would be a good place to start. Okay, I want to add my little pumpkins because these are so cute. I'm gonna put one right above the bow. So these are ones that I made, actually made them last year. You can see I just poked a hole in the bottom and put a little hot glue in and then attached this pretty heavy duty wire. So you can make your own little pumpkin picks. Gonna give it a little bend, just like that. Oh, that's so cute. Oh my goodness. My hot glue skillet is smoking, so I need to turn that down. Let's put the other one over here. That one's kind of wobbly. I need to secure that. I'll do that after we get off. See how wobbly this little fella is? Let's put a little bit more glue on there. So he doesn't move around so much. There we go. Beautiful. All right, next, I need some more of my little flowers on this side. You can see how it's just a whole lot of green right there. So let's cut a few more of these off. Just two. And I want them to be really low, so I'm going to cut them even shorter before I put my steel pick on. Keeping it light and airy, but still filling in the space. So is everyone's children back in school now? Our children started way early this year because they're moving towards a year-round calendar. And they have adjusted, but it was not pretty in the beginning at all. Okay, so there we go. Now let's add some more texture. I really want to use this bush, maybe not all of it, but some of it. Sandy says that her grandchildren start today, their first full day. So this is something that I got from a D-stash. A D-stash is when a maker decides that they don't want to make anymore and they just want to get rid of their supplies. So this lady who lives about an hour from me posted on Facebook Marketplace that she was done. And I happened to catch it. So one of my boys and I drove over there and we filled up my truck. Oh, I like this. Look how light and airy that is. We filled up my truck with florals, ribbons, greenery, so many things. Almost too much. It was too much, which is why she needed to get rid of it. But I am still using it. Ooh, I like that. Very light and airy. Someone says they use these containers for cemetery arrangements. That's a great idea. I get asked often if I make cemetery arrangements, and it's not something that I do, but if you have an Etsy shop, that would be something that you really should include. Where can you purchase the machine for the steel picks? You can get them at Hobby Lobby. They are never on sale. You can't use any coupons for them, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby. I believe you can get them on Amazon. But don't quote me on that. I spin this around. Okay, I'm gonna come inside, back behind this peony, and put this, and then I'm pulling it through. It's really pretty, making me happy. Let's add a few more, maybe like right here. It's a whole lot of greenery. I'm just gonna get the tip of it. I like that you can cut this in mini pieces so that you can attach it where you'd like. Who else out there has made arrangements for your home? I remember when I first, when I first started out, I would get like a pre-made arrangement from Michael's or Hobby Lobby or even Walmart, and then I would add other pretties to it to make it a little bit more special. So if starting from scratch intimidates you, just buy a pre-made one, okay? I have a TikTok video showing how I use the steel picks, okay? It's gonna be hard for me to show you on here because it's a little far away. All right, now, let's use a few of these. Thanks, Becky. Oh yes, I always forget. Brandy, thank you so much for saying that. I always forget about Facebook Marketplace. Look for steel pick machines on Facebook Marketplace. I wish I had gotten mine there. I wish that I had been patient and waited, but I didn't want to be patient, so I just bought one. You can get them for a great price. You just need to always make sure that they have this weight, okay, because it won't work without it. Okay, all right, let's keep going. Let's add a few of these little pretties, and I think they're going to need to go pretty low. Some of these will need to go pretty low, so I'm going to cut them really short and still pick them. Try eBay. That's a great idea, Jane. And again, I wish that I had done that. But I didn't. Add just a little bit of color down to the bottom. Spin it around. This area, again, it's still really, really dark. So let's put this one. This is a 2-header. Put it right down in the middle. There we go. Now it's not so dark. Hey Joyce, welcome. Hello Beck. So happy you're here. There we go. Got some little bit of green right here. Let's add some more of these little pretties. I call these marigolds. When I was a little girl, my grandparents lived in a very old farmhouse down a long road. And my grandfather decided that he was going to change that dirt road into a paved road with bricks, and he laid hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bricks down that driveway. And he always planted marigolds. So these remind me of my grandpa. Very pretty. Sometimes when your stems get really skinny, the pick won't catch all the way around. Yeah, here's a trick for that, because I just had that happen. I just use another piece, like I'll cut this and I will put it in the pick beside the super thin one, and it makes it fat enough that it grabs. I hope that makes sense. Here we go. So I put 2 of them together on this one, just to make it thicker. Just like that. Let's put one down there. I'm not trying to make it so compact. Just trying to fill in a little bit. I do want some more greenery down there. It needs a little bit of something, something. You grab that bush. I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Oh my goodness. So this is I think this is called a pea leaf bush. Came from Pioneer Wholesale. And I'm going to fill in that dark area right there. Pushing it all the way up to the top. Make it nice and bunchy. Cutting it about that long. And I'm going to fill in that dark area. A little bit of hot glue. Putting that down in there. Let's see if there's any more spots. No, I think I'm good. Let's push these down just a little bit. All right, guys, I think I'm finished. Believe it or not, I love doing little quick arrangements like this. Now, I have to admit, having 1 little pumpkin and 2 little pumpkins without a 3rd little pumpkin is kind of bothering me. So we are definitely going to be putting one more right here. Someone is asking, is my container from the Dollar Tree? It is. I bought a whole box of them a couple of years ago, like 3 years ago. You can buy them online from the Dollar Tree. You can get them shipped to your home. They come in a large pack, but it's a cute little container. And listen, I ship all of these, so I don't ship ceramic or glass or anything that could break. So these little metal containers just make me happy, and they're super cute. Love it. All right, guys, I am gonna hop off. My daughter's birthday party is tonight. Her going out to eat with family birthday party is tonight. So I'm going to get ready and change clothes and get cute. Eleanor is asking, do I ship to Canada? I do not. I only ship to the continental United States, but thanks so much for asking. All right, friends, have a great day. If you love this arrangement, you can send me a direct message, and it's going to be in the Etsy shop really, really soon. Bye, everyone. Have a great afternoon. If I can figure out how to turn this thing off. Bye, Facebook. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you have questions, just make sure you leave a comment because I can go back and answer them. Bye, everyone.